Episode number 2 of The Steven Show. Here with a very special guest, Rylie Maxey, soon to be Rylie Murray, my fiance. Rylie, how are you doing?
Great. Fabulous.
I feel like everyone who's going to listen to this already knows everything about you, but I think it would be good to just go back and, I don't know, kind of introduce yourself, talk about where you're from, what you did from, I don't know how far you want to go back, but go ahead.
I don't know. We were talking about like middle school earlier, and I was like, I don't even know if I remember a single thing about middle school, honestly. But we did meet in middle school. He was in my older sister's grade, a year above me.
Yep.
Lisa, his mom, was my soccer coach. So
Yep.
I just think that's a really fun memory. I don't know. There was a lot about middle school that seems a little insignificant, but and then high school, cheered all throughout high school, was involved in leadership, things like that. Obviously, we went to high school together. He helped me cheat in anatomy class.
That was the one class we had together, right?
Yeah.
That was it?
Yeah. I thought you were
Yeah.
funny and very immature, but in a good way.
I always loved you, but
But-
you always had a boyfriend. You always made it way too hard for me. Anyways, continue.
Anyways. Yeah, so then after high school, I went to the University of Oregon for a year, and I cheered there. That was kind of my goal. I always knew that I wanted to cheer outside of high school,
Mhm.
in Oregon specifically.
And I'm sure a lot of people that know you know that you only went there for 1 year, know why you only stayed there for 1 year. But if you feel comfortable talking about it, would you want to share, like, why were
Yeah.
you there for 1 year? I knew that was a passion of yours, and you would have stayed there all 4 years. But
Yeah, I didn't like
what went down there?
the camaraderie of the team. I was like constantly stressed. The only time I was really having a good time was when I was in the uniform cheering.
Yeah.
Because I loved doing that. And it was hard being a rookie on the team. You were kind of treated differently. And I'm not sure if that's kind of like the environment that's normal for college teams, but that wasn't how our high school team was,
Yeah.
We were pretty like leadership focused,
Yeah.
And so when it was in college, it was just like I would have anxiety every single day, I feel like, and like just did not care for being there.
Just a complete like
I just
culture
was
change from what you're
it's just
used
like
to.
there was so like I don't know, but I did have good memories too. Like I can't say that I didn't have a great time. There were obviously good moments, but I think that like that just brought so much stress on me. Like whenever I got the chance, I would like come home, and I was not focused on school like nearly at all. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't really enjoy school. I was so stressed about cheer the whole entire time. Yeah. So then when that chapter ended, I ended up moving back home, and then I worked coffee for a year.
Mhm.
That was my first job. I was
Where
19. Associated Espresso Shop. And that was, in Sumner, living with my parents. They were still in Washington at the time. Now they live in Arizona. But then I worked for a year and a half-ish, kind of, maybe. And then I ended up...
Where was that at? What'd you do?
No, it was coffee.
Oh, it's still coffee.
There. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But living
I
at
know
home.
this. I'm just trying to get you.
I know you are. I know. And then I ended up actually kind of like on a whim moved to Nashville. And I never
Sorry
knew-
to keep interrupt. What was like the catalyst? Like why Nashville? What was like the build up to like, I want to go here? What made you make that decision?
I had always been a dreamer, and I was always very like insecure because all of my dreams seemed unrealistic, kind of. And so I just like when I was in college, it was like I couldn't get myself to love something like or give 110% at something. It sounds realistic. I think I could be good at that. Like at some point I burnt out because I just didn't enjoy it or love it.
Mm-hmm.
I always like loved singing and writing and things like that. And like that was kind of.
When did you like realize that was a passion?
Ever since I was little. I mean, I was like a theater kid growing up. Fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
But I always loved performing. I always loved like entertaining and things like that. And I think as I got older, I really loved like the poetry aspect of like songwriting and things like that, especially within the country music genre. So that's kind of what sparked the interest to want to go to Nashville.
What age would you say you were when you wrote your first song?
God, like, I don't know, first or second grade, maybe even younger.
Have you written
Sheldon and I still laugh about it.
Have you written me any songs?
I don't know. You'll never hear them probably. But it's something I still do occasionally, like in my free time, only if I have like a good idea and I'm feeling like it. Like I used to just try and write every single day just to get better, and now it's kind of like an outlet for me, I feel like. But I feel like my like dreams and goals have kind of been ever changing. I think after I moved back home from Oregon, I just felt like it was like my chance to do something, like to actually follow my dreams or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And I'd only visited Nashville one time before moving there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I moved there.
Was that, you say you visited one time, was that just like random vacation? Or
yeah, Nina and I just were like, let's go. We've always wanted to go to Nashville. Like that was, it's so funny because now it's become such a big thing. But like when
what year are we talking?
Like 2019, 2020.
When you went on vacation?
Well, I moved in 2020. We went on vacation, I believe, December of 19.
Okay.
Kind of an odd time, but we were just itching
just
to
wanted
go.
To do something.
Yeah. But we like, I mean, it's such a phenomenon and so popular now, like Nashville, and just, you know, it's like really a hot spot for, you know, a bunch of different vacations and things like that. Like everyone wants to go there. Everyone wants to move there. At the time, like no one was doing that. Like I had heard of no one here that's like vacationed to Nashville or anything like
honestly,
that.
yeah. Up until like last year, or maybe even like 2024 was the first time I ever started noticing like a lot of artists and a lot of famous people and stuff like were out there.
Yeah, exactly. And like even country music, the genre in general has grown so much within like the last couple of years. And so that obviously is what is so attractive for people to like go down and visit and everything like that. Especially like also with social media and whatever, you know, you're getting a lot, you know, more insight on what it would be like or seem like to vacation there, like from a bunch of different influencers and things like that live there. It's like, anyways, so yeah, we visited in 19, and then it just felt like magical to me, you know, like it was the one place that I had like post-trip depression, genuinely, like I did not want to leave. I think every time I visited there, I extended my trip at least a day because I just didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
And then, so anyways, like I knew that like when I came home, I was like, okay, I'm gonna like save up and I want to live there. And I actually moved during COVID, which was a horrible decision. I also moved in with a roommate like I didn't even know really, you know, and it just kind of, I think I kind of did everything wrong. I wasn't very strategic about anything when I moved there. I just wanted to be there so bad.
Wait, you moved in with a random person when you first
No,
moved
I had met them one time.
Oh, I thought you moved in with Nina when you first
No, Nina moved in after me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, continue. Sorry.
No, okay. I rented a room from someone's house.
Oh.
And yeah. And then it was like a good experience, obviously. Like I learned a lot. When I was down there, I wasn't in the very beginning, I was singing and like recording different things and, you know, we always did like little covers and things like that. And he produced music. So it was kind of like something that we did definitely on the daily. And then it just kind of like slowly dwindled. The atmosphere of Nashville is very like party scene, that kind of thing. Like people call it the drinking capital of the United States of America. So I think I just got kind of like lost in the whole lifestyle a little bit too, because for me at the age that I was at, it was really fun to go and meet new people and things like that. Just, you know, go out and be young and whatever and drink and, you know, that kind of thing. I wound up in a very horrible relationship. I know you know this. And that's kind of what ended up ultimately sending me home. Very like abusive relationship. Then I started drinking a lot because I was used to that kind of lifestyle. And so then that was the reason I came home. I lived there for about like 2 years.
I was just gonna ask, like, what was the time frame?
I lived there for about like 2 years, and quite literally it was just in one big fat learning experience. I have some very great memories.
At what point, because like I know like you were saying, it was magical and all of that when you
Mhm.
first were there. At
Yeah.
what point did it take a turn?
I still love it. I honestly still love Nashville.
Yeah.
It was my own decisions that, like, it's not the place that I like blame. It's my own decisions.
Yeah, but
You
I
know?
like I'm talking kind of like time frame of when did you start making those decisions from like you moved there whenever,
Mhm.
how many months, or was it a year until like it started turning negatively?
I don't know. I would say maybe like a year in almost, maybe
Okay.
maybe a little bit less. I mean, like, I still was going out. We were still, drinking, but it wasn't anything that like consumed me or anything. I still had,
Mhm.
I had a job pretty much first thing when I got there, and and I mean, things were great. It was a good, like, healthy but fun environment for me at the
Mhm.
time. It wasn't until that relationship where I started to use alcohol as like something to just feel good, or
Mhm.
like kind of I forget what people like use it as band-aid, if
Mhm.
you will, I guess. And so then once I started getting used to that, it was just like a very habit forming thing.
Yeah.
To where
Yeah.
I then just got caught up in just like I literally would drink all the time,
Uh-huh.
just to kind of like feel like to the point where my family like noticed.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, I was being drawn apart in like very narcissistic relationships and stuff too. You're drawn away from your family and things like that. My mom and I are best friends, so she started noticing a lot too. Like, I never talked to her,
Yeah.
and my dad was always like, something's up. Something's up. And
Your parents are always going to notice if something's up
absolutely.
with
My siblings
you,
too.
but
Yeah.
just they have a different
They
sense
just have
on
that
their
sixth sense.
children.
For sure. Yeah. So my dad definitely knew. And I came home for like Thanksgiving or something one year, and I look back at the pictures. There's a picture in specific of me and Shellen, my sister, and like I look gray.
Yeah.
And like no life behind my eyes.
Yeah.
And like I would like honestly hate to come home and stuff, because that would mean like I couldn't drink, and I was always so stressed out about a bunch of different things that were like constantly happening in my life over there. I also didn't want to be pulled away from my life right there, because I was like always trying to be like worried about like what's going to happen if I leave or something like that. So I honestly didn't like coming home. But then when I would come home, I would be like a shriveled little ball for like 3 days, because I would kind of like go through like baby withdrawals and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, it really became a huge issue. But yeah, my dad noticed. He made me stay home for a month.
Yeah.
And I like begged to go back.
Yeah.
And when I did, it was in like this, it was maybe October 21, 22, something like that. And that's when I think I had gone back or something like that. Or maybe it was like November. But anyways, I was home for a month. And then like once my dad was like, okay, do you think you could do it again? I was like, yeah, whatever. Jumped right back into the same thing.
Just
same relationship,
right
same relationship, same cycle,
just living the same lifestyle.
Exactly. Like I couldn't get away from it. I actually wound up in the hospital in December because I had drank too much. I was scared, but I wanted to stop. I had wanted to stop for a long time ago. I just was very dependent on it.
Yeah.
And especially since I was using it like very emotionally, it was also kind of like a handful of things that like led me to get to that point too, like the lack of sleep, the anxiety and the stress, like the malnourishment just from not eating. I couldn't stomach anything. Like,
yeah,
I just like me in that moment, I was so lonely and I was so low and just so, and also like I know that I lived with Nina at this time too, but she had gone home for Christmas like really early, so I was at the apartment alone. But I also wasn't like allowed to leave the apartment really, and so I would just be in my own little bubble by myself, just making bad decisions and just drinking too much, just because I was always like worried, and it's just, I mean, a bunch of different emotions.
Bad relationships.
So I used it.
Do that to you.
Yeah, I used it poorly, and I remember like writing like journal at the time. I was like, God, please, like just heal me. Like I just want to stop. And literally like that, I didn't even sleep like that night. I think I had like my last drink like literally in the middle of the night. And I think it was like 6 a.m. or something. I called my mom first. She didn't answer because I think she was dropping Jackson off at school. But then I called my dad and I was like, I need help.
Yeah.
Can you help me, please? Like,
yeah.
I don't want to be, you know. And then, yeah, and I mean, my parents were great. I've said this before, but they like, my dad is like, his response was, "We'll save you, baby." Like, it wasn't like I was in trouble or anything like that. He's just like, we want to, you know, save you from this and everything.
They were just waiting for, I feel like they were waiting for you to
like,
make the decision yourself because they knew that they weren't going to be able to do anything until you made the decision in your head.
Right. Yeah. And so then, yeah, I, you know, had called a few people that were giving advice and stuff that like my mom gave me contacts of. And then, you know, they were like, yeah, go to if you're scared, because like those kind of withdrawals are scary. Like it's the most like near death feeling I've ever felt, and it was like the most uncomfortable feeling I've ever felt.
Like what? Like what is it?
I don't even know how to explain. It's like you can't, like, your anxiety first of all is so high. Like you're not hungry at all. Like you're extremely nauseous. You
like
are
a day-long panic
so
attack.
lethargic, but like you cannot sleep because like you're afraid that if you sleep you won't wake up. Like your body like won't let you physically sleep. It's so weird.
Are
like,
you having physical pain
and you're
during
like,
this? Like, does your stomach hurt? Like, are you like aching?
I mean, yes, but it's so weird. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, and you'll have like the sweats and like the shakes and like it's just uncomfortable. Like the things that you know that you need to like make you feel better too, like food and water. Like you just don't want any of it. Like it's so weird. It's the worst feeling ever. I never want to feel it
How
again.
long did that last?
It lasted me. Well, I was also like I got medicated like in the hospital. Like they put me through like it's kind of one of those things that they have to like wean you off of.
Yeah.
So I was in the hospital. I want to say it was like I don't know. It was like 3-4ish days. Yeah. It's a pretty long time. And like the first day, I remember I was so uncomfortable. Like my mom was like, my poor mom was like talking to the nurses on the phone. And I just was like, I'm like, give me something. Like, I need help. Like, I just feel like, I just felt like I was going to die.
Yeah.
Truly. And then, so then they gave me, like, medication. Like, they would give it to me every hour and then every, you know, however many hours and whatever until I was, like, I remember the first time I was able to eat again, like, normally. Yeah. And was hungry. Because my relationship with food was horrible after that. Yeah. Like, I had to rebuild that.
How long did that take until you were back to just like eating a normal diet? Months?
I was so turned off by food. This was the first time though I was in the hospital and I had pancakes with my mom and I was like, this is the best. And I just even remember like just being able to just sleep felt so good, you know? Yeah. And so then, you know, my mom came, she flew to me. And one cool thing though too is I was listening to worship music before I went to the hospital, like when I was by myself that final night. And there was one song that was called, Truth Be Told. And that's when I was like, and it's like, I think by like Michael W. Smith, something like that. I don't even know. Anyways, or Matthew West, that's who it's by. And so I listened to that song and that's when I was like, I have to tell my parents. Like, I just have to, I need help. They will help me. And then when my mom and I were on the flight back to Washington, there was a girl holding a book like in her lap in first class, and the title was just facing out, and the title of the book was Truth Be Told. And so I was like, ooh, that just gave me chills. Yeah, it is cool. But so then we were home. I lived back in with my parents, left like everything in Nashville, like truly everything besides a suitcase.
How long did it take you to get over like the healing from having that addiction or whatnot? Like,
I feel like once I left,
because it wasn't to me, from all the other stories I've heard, you didn't share every little detail like you shared with me. To me, it didn't really sound like an addiction. It was like you said earlier, it was very circumstantial and very environmental. Like the situation that you were just in, you would just do it because you didn't want to be in that environment, in that situation. But then once you got separated from it, it seemed like it was pretty easy to just kind of snap out of it for you. I mean, not easy, but it was like
Well, I just like felt so much better too when I didn't have that. And I honestly like that was one of the things like I wanted to be free from that. Like that was my choice. You know, like I didn't want like it scared me, honestly, too. And I just like
and you knew it just wasn't that's not you.
Yeah.
You were just doing it because of the situation.
Right,
that's
exactly.
Not who you
and
are,
it made me
not
more
who you're
sad
meant to be.
and made me more depressed and all that kind of thing. The whole relationship, like healing from like, you know, narcissistic relationships and things like that is really tough. And I was dealing with that too because I was still being like hounded from states away.
Yeah, I mean,
like
we have a really good relationship though, unless you talk back. But...
I love you.
I love you. But anyway, sorry.
No, you're the
Keep
best.
going.
No, you're okay. But yeah, and then so that it really took me a while to kind of like feel confident in things again. That was like the hardest thing for me to build back. Because also I moved home and I was like I remember weighing myself, and I could have been smaller than this, but by the time I weighed myself, I was 93 pounds when I came back from Nashville.
How much do you weigh now?
On the upper side of 115.
Yeah.
I'm normally like 115.
Been sprinkling
the most
I've
ever weighed in my life though is 123, and that was in college.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get you to touch 124 this year.
I'm just so petite. I'm so tiny. But 93 pounds, like I truly like.
That is tiny.
I would cry all the time to my mom, being like, none of my clothes fit. Like, you know, I was so insecure. I just felt so, I mean, like I look in the mirror and I'm like, I got the freaking flattest little booty in the world. And I'm like, I just felt like I'm like, my stomach was flat, but like not in a healthy way. I feel like, you know, I just felt so skinny.
You were.
And I know. I mean, I've always been skinny, but I like that was.
Yeah, you're a skeleton.
Yeah. And so, but like I said, like it was hard for me to build my relationship with food. And so that was like something that I wanted to work on. I was like, I'm not going to say no to anything. I'm going to have, which I don't really anyways these days, but I was like, I'm going to have anything and everything. Ice cream, whatever, you name it. I don't care if it's unhealthy or healthy. I just want to be able to eat. I just want to get something in me, you know? I think that it wasn't until I finally got over that relationship and everything like that to where I started to be able to eat and stuff like that. It was that uncomfortably unsettling feelings always that made me not hungry. Like I'm like that. If I'm anxious or stressed out, I feel like I get nauseous. Like I can't eat. That's just how I am.
Yeah, you really. Yeah, whenever you're anxious, you just don't eat.
I'm just like,
it's
I
crazy.
can't. I know, it's horrible.
I feel like I'm the opposite. I feel like I'll just eat more. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. But
yeah. Anyways, so I one day was, and also too, I hadn't, like, I just was going to throw this in there. I hadn't had my first drink, like, again, which I had, like, a beer with my parents at our cabin. I think I like, went with, like, 9 months without ever having them. So, and...
How long has it been lately? Like 9 days or 9 hours? Or...
No. What? I think we got a beer, like, last week.
Yeah.
But,
I'm just messing with you.
I know you are. Oh, wait. But anyways, where was I at with that? Oh, I was so skinny, and I didn't love that. I hated looking in the mirror, like I said. Like, literally, it was like my clothes were falling off my body. And so I decided, like, I looked in the mirror one time, and, like, it was right before I was showering. I saw my body, and I was like, that's it. I'm freaking waking up tomorrow and doing 75 hard. I was over it. And then I, like, which that was, like, the only thing I had heard of that was, like, kind of a challenge that I seemed like. I needed something structured, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be accountable or wouldn't have done it. So, and for those of you who, like, don't know what it is, 75 Hard it's a 75-day program. It's, like, I think shy of 3 months. And it's 10 pages of a book a day, 2 workouts a day, both 45 minutes, one inside, one outside. Oh my gosh, what else? No cheat meals.
Yeah, you gotta, like, get on some type of diet.
Yeah,
you gotta do, like, a cold shower.
No, that's like phase 2.
Gotta do an ice bath. You have to run 30 miles every day. I don't know.
You have to take a progress picture. I'm trying to think. I feel like there's something else, but that's basically a majority of, like, what it is.
It's good, though. If you're someone who
It's like a good reset.
Yeah, if you're someone who like you're not signed up for a race, you don't have any goals or anything like that, but you just want to get healthy and like get into working out and just kind of just change your lifestyle. It's the good catalyst to jump into that because it's really not that difficult. It's just like those 2 workouts a day. It doesn't mean you have to do like hard workouts. It just is getting you to go to the gym, to go do something, move around, getting you to read, getting you to just eat healthier. It's just kind of resetting your lifestyle. Right. It's a good thing to do to, like you said, just get a reset.
Yeah. And not only like physically, but mentally too.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the fastest way for me to build muscle. And I learned a lot from that because I never had been into like any sort of muscle building or anything like that. But I was 123 at the very end of that, and I started out like just about 100 pounds. Like I gained a lot of weight, and like just muscle, like healthy. My skin was better. Everything. Like my confidence was back after that.
And you posted a couple times about like running and stuff, and I slid in your DMs. And what happened with that?
What do you mean that happened with that?
You didn't respond. Oh wait, you did on the first one when it was like the running one. And
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I want to get into running more. I think that like I just had done a race in December. I did
Phoenix half
marathon with my mom. It was great.
Which is pretty gnarly. Like you and your mom your mom trained pretty. Your mom trained.
Barely did.
Yes, she trained.
Yeah.
But like. For you have, I don't think you even understand or realize like how good you actually could be at running. I'm not joking. There's so many people that train so hard to go and get the time you got. You got 2 hours and like 3 minutes, right?
2:04.
2:04, and you probably did what 3 or 4 runs leading up to that race. Within like 2 months leading up. I went to the gym here and there. You went to the gym here and there, ran maybe 3 or 4 times. Yeah. And then you just jumped into a half marathon, did 2 hours and 3 minutes, and you felt fine during it. Like if you did a full training block and went out there and tried your absolute hardest, I think you could be pushing the hour or 40-minute range. Like
really?
Yeah.
I like running. I also have long legs. I feel like I'm made to be a runner, but I just don't as much.
You're naturally fast. I'm not. I can run forever. I'm not naturally fast, but like there was a day if you trained, you genuinely probably could beat me in like a half mile race or something like that. You have like sprinter genetics in you. But there was a time over the summer I was doing 400-meter repeats, and remember you came to the track with me?
Yeah.
I was doing that.
I remember this, yeah.
And you were like, I'll do a couple with you. And I was like, okay, I'll just run whatever pace you want to run. And so you start going, and I was like, I'll just run right next to you. And we're running, and we make it like 200 meters in. And I was like, okay, she's actually kind of moving right now. And I look at my watch, and we're running a 5:50 pace, 5-minute, 50-second mile pace. And you held that, maintained it for the next 100 meters. And we come to the last straightaway, and you sped up. And I was just like laughing because you were just taking off.
I wanted to beat your time.
And I was hustling, and it was hard for me to catch back up to you actually. So all I'm saying is you have it in you if you actually
got the dog in me.
You just don't really have time to do it right now, but when you do, if this is actually something you want to do, because I'm never going to be like pushy or push you towards something, but I know out of anything you will actually be good at running.
Well, thank you very much.
And I don't know.
I know you've been very motivational and I don't know what other word I'm trying to say, but
I don't know.
What is the word? Pushy, but in a positive way.
Have I been pushy? I feel like I haven't.
No, you haven't. I don't know what I'm trying to say, I guess, but
I feel like you're just
encouraging. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, you've been really encouraging for me to get into it and stuff, and I am interested. I have expressed that to you. But it really is like the lack of like time, and maybe that's just an excuse. I think the more I do it, the more I'll catch the bug. But But yeah, I mean, I was never really like super interested in races. So kind of circling back to what you were saying with the Instagram thing is you reached out to me like oh, if you're looking for a race or whatever, I was like, I just hopped out. Yeah, I just posted about doing like a mile and a half on my Instagram story.
I was trying so hard to slide
And
it,
you
but
were
being
like,
no.
oh, here, and sending me a bunch of different stuff, and I was like, all right.
Yeah, you're probably
ladies.
whatever.
I like, no, I was like, oh yeah, well, I'm not really like that interested. I just wanted to see if I could get out there and run. I hadn't done it. Assembles helped me a lot though with like stamina wise. Mm-hmm. Like I could tell that like just that like kind of training
gave you the muscular endurance.
Yeah, exactly. Because I really only ever used to, like when I was doing 75 hard and stuff like that, I was terrified to lose an extra pound. So I never wanted to do cardio. Like I know it's a lie that they tell you, but like
it is a common misconception. Like people think if you run or do an hour of cardio, you're gonna lose weight or lose muscle or whatnot. I've maintained over 200 pounds and I run
all the time
60-mile weeks consistently. Like
but yeah, and so anyways, then sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll pick up the sound, but right next door, this whole lot right next to me is getting completely excavated. So like they're throwing a bunch of shit around right next door, so it's loud for us. I don't know if it'll pick up on here, but anyways,
sorry we.
So you moved.
I was talking.
So you were in Nashville. You moved back home. You were home for a little bit. You decided to do 75 hard. You made it through 75 hard. What was your job when you moved back?
When I moved back, I was working coffee again.
Okay.
And then I had gotten a job at like a sports like athletics company and everything. And then he was also like a lawyer and everything like that. But he like
you can say what the name is unless you don't want to.
Sterling Athletics. I mean, I'm sure. I don't know if people know it, but I'm sure people do.
Yeah, sure, people do for some other reasons.
Yes. But anyways, it was my fourth grade teacher's husband that, you know, and I had babysat like her grandkids and things like that. So we were very close. And then she called me one day and was like, "You want a job?" And I'm like, yeah, of course. It was like my first big girl job. I was excited because I always like, and not that there's ever anything wrong with a barista, but I was always insecure because I was like, I wanted a career. I just never liked anything enough. Yeah. And whenever people asked what I did, if I was extremely passionate about what I was doing, then like I wouldn't ever be like embarrassed to tell anyone like what I was doing or whatever. But for some reason, I always felt like that insecurity. So like I really wanted, like I kind of made that like my focus, you know, but I always had in the back of my head that I was like really wanting to like move back to Nashville and do that whole entire thing. Cause I felt like I didn't get like a fair shot.
Musically?
Yeah. At that time I felt that like, I think I've changed a lot like from since then. I still obviously enjoy it, but there's things in my life that I want and need and like value more than just like my own success and like that. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things I'd have to like give up, like family, friends, you know, just like
we were just talking about that this morning on our hike.
Yeah.
We have a good community and it would be hard to, so we were talking about the potential of us moving to Arizona like when we retire or something, but it would be hard to leave the community we have.
Right. But, I agree. But so then it was now 2024 at this point. I had been home for a few years, 1.5, 2 years maybe. And then Steven and I met again in...
Wait,
I'm not joking about what? What did I miss?
You posted again on your story.
Oh, I posted again on my story.
This was a couple months before we went to Pam's wedding, right?
Like, yeah.
And...
Yes.
Go ahead, tell
Okay, I'll tell the story, yeah. So I posted on my story, I was running again, and you just slid in and asked. Or maybe you just...
I slid...
Was it at the running one?
Regardless.
Anyways, regardless of what I posted, you like slid into my Instagram DMs. I hate that term for some reason. But you asked me out on a date, and you asked me to grab a drink. And I was like, sorry, I'm not drinking right now. And
what did I say?
Then you were like, that's fine. We don't have to do that. Like, we can go do this or whatever. Like, absolutely, that's fine. And then I didn't reply. So
yeah. So there's that.
Yeah. I just had to leave him hanging. I knew. I was like, I'll circle back. Don't worry. But then we went, we both had like a mutual friend that got married in Cancun. And
I didn't know you were going, by the
I knew you were going because I was nosy. And I was trying to figure out. I was like,
but
I wanted to know. I told my like lash lady at the time too. I was like, there's gonna be a cute boy there. I don't know. We'll see. And I showed up a day later than everyone else, so it would also make sense why you wouldn't think I would be there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was like down at the pool, and I happened to walk in or whatever. Wait, you tell this part. I love it. You say it.
Well, I remember I was pretty drunk, and I was down there. I think I was standing next to Ian at the time, and it was like the pool bar. It was like waist deep. We're standing over by the bar, just like leaning back up on the bar, and where we were looking, the stairs and like the balcony was right there, and the stairs come down the side. But I remember seeing Brooklyn come up, and then you come up, and all the girls and stuff, they turn around, they're like, oh my God. And then you come up, and I look at you, and I was like, oh, here we go. And I put my drink down, and I went in the bathroom, and I had to like do a full reset. I was like, splash water on my face, hit myself in my face a little bit. I was like, okay.
I love this story so much. It's my favorite.
And then we walk back out into the pool, and I come in on this side, and you're coming in on this side, but I'm like trying to play like Mr. Nonchalant, just like I'm not paying attention to you, but I'm slowly like making my way over. But this is your first time you got there, first time you're seeing everyone, so everyone's giving you a hug, saying what's up. So it was taking a lot of time for you to get over like by me.
Yeah, because you're.
So I just like started mingling with some people here, and then you get a little closer, mingle with some people here, and then finally you come up and you're talking to all the girls who were sitting in like that little booth, and then that was when I came up, and I was like, oh hey, how are you?
You did not seem drunk. I was not.
I was, and then gave each other a little side hug.
Yeah,
and then in the middle of that, like before we even started talking to each other, someone handed me a phone, was like, take a picture of all.
It was my phone.
Oh, it was yours.
I still have pictures.
Yeah. So then I took a picture of all you guys, handed it back. I think I went back up to the bar, and you stayed there and talked to them for a little bit. And then you shortly after came up, and then me and you, I don't think we like left each other the rest of the trip after that.
Yeah.
Because from that bar, like we stayed there and we're just talking the whole time. Yeah. Was it that night when we
literally they even took like a group picture, I think, on like the beach, and like we stayed back and just chatted with each other.
I remember seeing people post it, and we were like, when did that happen? Because we were just zoned out, just hanging out with each other.
But yeah, I'm a girl, so when I say this, I mean it. But from the second we talked, I was like, yeah, I want to marry this guy. So
no way.
I am being the most honest. No, I really truly did. I really truly did. I was obviously extremely attracted to you, and then when like you were normal, because what I remember you from high school though is that you were kind of immature, like, you know what I mean? And so I didn't know if you were going to kind of be like that. I mean, not that I like wanted you to be super serious or anything like that. I just didn't know, like, you know, you had your life together. It was very apparent that you were like a very hard worker and like had a good job and, you know, just like held yourself really well. You were confident, and I just liked that you were funny too. And so in that like first conversation, I was like, this is like my dream boy. I'm serious. It's like everything I pictured. And I was like, wow, this whole time I know.
Your dream boy.
Yeah. I'm shocked we hadn't ran into each other like before then though, because I was living in Sumner, he was living in West, which is like 20 minutes.
There's a ton of times like
that I was even hiking Mount Peak that you probably did.
Yeah, you were out at Mount Peak probably on the same days, and like I went over to Peyton LaBarge's house on the lake a couple times, and then like we just had missed each other a few times. Like you were there in the afternoon, I was there earlier in the day. Like there were so many times where we could have ran into each other, but we just didn't. But I'm glad it worked out that way, because that was for sure. That was the best trip ever in Cancun.
It was really fun. I was like, I think I like him, like, and everyone that knows me was like, yeah, whatever, give it a week, you know. And I was like still so insanely obsessed. But
the day we got back,
I remember like right when we were about to leave, like we were like, so are we gonna hang out at home, or like what are this, like,
you asked me that because you were like nervous about it, and I was like, yeah, what?
I don't know. I all of a sudden got like very shy though when we got home because like we were on like that like little vacation high and everything, like, and it was like fun and kind of like, you know.
You were
Yeah.
nervous. Like now you talk nonstop. When we first started hanging out when we got back from that trip, it was probably
like
a
darn near
month where you were like
Yeah.
pretty quiet every time we hung out. You were so nervous every time you
I
came
didn't want
over,
to
and
say
it was,
the wrong thing.
It was funny.
I just was trying to be like not necessarily like strategic about it, but I just didn't want to like ruin anything. I didn't want to say anything wrong.
I get it,
like
yeah.
I just was like, I don't know. It was like all the confidence, everything's just like shoo, out the door, just because I don't know, I just was shy, I was nervous, I just wanted it to work so bad.
Mhm.
But I remember we had like a lot of deep conversations too in Cancun, and that like made me even like you even more, because in the very beginning too I was like, I don't know like what this guy's about or anything. I told you from the very jump, I was like, you asked me like in 5 years what I want. I was like, I want to be married. I want a family. I want the, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
but I was like, if you don't want to get married,
you said like this long list of things, and I was like, me too. And you like looked at me, and you were like, yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Like you did not believe me,
yeah.
but I was like, okay, whatever. I mean, I did want all that stuff.
And that whole entire time, I like had this one prayer that I was praying, and I was like, God, if he's not for me, take him away immediately. And you kept staying around. So I was like, all right, because I was like, I don't want like my heart to get broken. So, and then we, dated really fast. Obviously, got engaged pretty quickly too. But it's been just amazing.
I mean, what was it, like just a year?
Like, yeah, comparatively, I feel like
it was like
on average,
just about a year until that from when we started dating until we got engaged.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back in Cancun. It takes about like a month. Story. Takes about a month for us to like start officially dating, right?
I kind of sparked it.
Well, I was going to anyways.
No,
but,
I know. I was at
takes about a month for us to do that. You're still working at Sterling.
Yeah.
And then I start introducing you to all my friends and stuff. You start making friends. And now probably one of, I would consider her your best friend, Savannah. Mm-hmm. She is a hairstylist. She works at a salon. What's her salon's name? Revive in Enumclaw. She used to cut my hair before Rylie started.
She did a much better job.
But Savannah, like Rylie still knew that she, like, Sterling wasn't her long-term career.
I knew that too, yeah.
And she didn't know necessarily, like,
what it was.
Exactly what she wanted to do in the future. And Savannah kind of just proposed the idea to her, like, would you enjoy doing hair? And Riley's like, actually, yeah, I think I really would. And then Savannah give you recommendations on schools and stuff like that?
We were sitting down one day and she was like, I have a question for you. And I was like, okay, Bill. And then she said, have you ever thought of doing hair? I think you'd be really good at it. And I was like, honestly, I love doing that. I was terrified to go back to school because I had such a horrible experience doing the whole college thing. And so I was like,
this school's different.
I don't want to. No, I know.
It's almost like a trade school, kind of.
I didn't know. And I also didn't know how long I was going to have to be in it. 14 months seems like a very long time. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was going to be like 3 years or something like that, which I maybe that would have been a lot different, like harder decision, you know? I would have probably been looking at like alternatives and things like that. But I was like, you know what? I was like, I felt the passion like grow really fast because I was like, I know that's something I'm really good at. I want to give it a shot. I mean, obviously I've learned so much and I'm still continuing to grow. It's not like I started out like feeling.
Before she even asked you about this too, like, hadn't you already done a couple people's hair and like makeup and stuff like that? So you already knew you were kind of like had a knack for it.
The wedding that we were at was I was doing her hair and makeup for her wedding, like, and the bridal parties. Yeah. And so that's why I was honestly really there. I mean, obviously we're friends, but that's why I was there really. And yeah, I had done like a few, and I'd like sprinkle in here and there, you know, hair and makeup and stuff like that. And I had just done like makeup and stuff for Nina's reception for her wedding. And like that was a couple months before I started school. But yeah, and then she told me where to go. I didn't look anywhere else. I just, you know,
like, cool,
was like, all right. I asked you, I was really nervous to ask you too because I knew it was going to be a really tough year and I was going to have to like lean on you a lot, like just because I was like, I'm going to have to work on the days off that I have. Like I'll be busy every single day.
Yeah.
I won't have any time, like very little time, and like I,
but I think what I told you too though is like I could tell you were actually going to be passionate about it and you genuinely would enjoy it, and I would never shut someone down from going after what they genuinely like really will enjoy. Like even if it was something like, okay, I really want to get back into singing and songwriting and stuff like that, I would never shut you down for doing something like that. And yeah, it would be a busy year and it's going to be tough and all that, but I look at the lifestyle that Austin and Savannah live, and like Austin and I, we work at the same fire department, Savannah's husband, and just like with our schedule, Savannah books her clients and all that stuff when Austin is at home, so he can take the kid, because they have 3 kids, so he can take the kids and they don't have to worry about getting a sitter or anything like that. And then when he's on shift for the 48 hours that we work, she just stays with the kids and whatnot, and just the balance works out really well.
Yeah,
I
that was one of the things that was
that lifestyle too.
Very attractive to me too.
Yeah, so I wasn't opposed to it at all. I was like, sweet, go for it.
Yeah, which I just appreciate and admire that you are like that, because I feel like that's the way that I am. Like I'll never want to shut down anyone's dreams or anything like that. I'm like, if you're motivated, if you're hungry for it, like I'll support you 1,000%.
Yeah, your dreams and goals are delusional until they're not, right? Like,
well, anything like that's the thing. Anything really truly is possible, but that's kind of like on your side of things. You have a lot crazier dreams than I do.
Yeah, but still, you know what I mean.
But I mean, I've always been a dreamer. I've always been like that. But I now, when I was in school, honestly, I was just like looking to make extra money, and so I was like, what else could I do? What am I good at? And so I just decided to throw it out there that I'll do like special occasion hair and makeup, or I never really was thinking weddings. It was more so like people wanted to get their hair or makeup done for homecoming or whatever. And I had about 4 different inquiries last year, and I did 4 weddings. And then this year, now I have like just about 30 weddings almost that I'm doing.
Yeah, you're booked out.
And it's just like through word of mouth and obviously social media. But I mean, I would like to get a better system down and things like that. I have a lot to figure out. But I'm really excited about that too, because I felt like that's like a little baby thing I've built, and I'm really proud of it, and it makes me feel good. And I'm growing too.
You've had a constant influx of people reaching out and stuff, and like you said, you have
and it's created cool,
booked,
like little relationships and things like that too. And I'm getting more confident. I'm getting better, and
you like doing it.
Exactly, yeah. So, and I still want to do hair, obviously, when I graduate, and I want to get really good at that too. But I think the bridal thing is going to add like a lot of really good texture. And I just wanted something where I was like, I'm passionate about it. I want to love to do it, so that like I want to feel like I would do this all the time. You know what I mean? It's not something where I gotta go do this today or I got that today. I get excited to do it, but also choosing how much or how little I want to work. And I'm a hard worker. I love working, but I just like when I have a family and everything, I wanted to be able to have the opportunity to take that time off and stuff like that, to be with my kids and be with my family and support you, like on certain things
with
and
your
days
kids?
and stuff.
Are you pregnant?
No. 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 But yeah, so I graduate in June. That's kind of my 48
What's the plan?
Story.
What's the plan? Like, so you're going to graduate in June.
Yeah.
I know kind of what your idea is. Do you want to share what your plan? You don't have to, because I know kind of what's going on.
I have a salon that I've kind of been in contact with and everything. My hope is to, do kind of a full-time thing there so far. I mean, I'm going to start out with like, they have associates programs where you kind of learn, their different techniques and things like that, and their color lines, and you take models and stuff, just, so that they're comfortable to have you kind of on your own there. And that's, I feel like when people like learn the most and are just like really hands-on and everything. So I'm really excited about that. I want to do that right off the bat. But I do have my like wedding season starts up in June, so I'm going to be doing that like every single weekend pretty much.
Which
It's gonna be a lot.
I love that, but you're gonna miss some of my races.
I'm gonna miss one. I
No?
think.
Okay.
I think I'm.
Well,
gonna
yeah.
miss
I mean,
one.
I'm doing a lot more that are during.
And you have
school
like a
stuff.
lot, so one out of a lot is.
Yeah.
But I hate
the
missing
main.
them.
The main one is August.
Yeah,
that you really
I
need
would
to be
never.
at.
Yeah, I would never plan
But yeah.
something on that day.
But
yeah, so that's kind of that's me.
and then
What is
I know
I'm missing?
we recently got engaged back in November. We haven't really started wedding planning or anything
No.
like that, just because you're so busy with school and all
I'm
that
also
stuff.
type B. I'm like, I can't do two things at once.
Yeah.
School is honestly, it's just so stressful right now with working and stuff. I'm
Yeah.
like, plus I'm not making a normal income. So
Yeah.
it's really hard to be like, yeah, let's plan for this and do that and whatever, when it's like, okay, well, one sec, let me work first and then get this figured out, you know.
But you have found a spot where you
Yes.
think you might really
I think so.
like,
It's gorgeous.
and you think you've narrowed down a date that, well, not a date, but like a month that you would like. Because I personally will do it whenever. So I'm just giving her the freedom to choose when she wants to do it, where she wants to do it, and I will help where she asks me for help.
I don't really care. I
don't mind. The venue
I'm not that
you
picky.
found and showed me is gorgeous. I like it. I actually do like it a lot.
Yeah, I want you to feel like you're a part of it. I just don't like. I'm
So-
not that picky.
Yeah, you say that, but you kind of are for certain things.
I feel like the more like we like, the further we'd get into planning, the more picky I think I'll probably end up being.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's kind of what we got going on. That's that's Riley's future.
Yes. Fitness goals wise, I can't wait to have the time outside of school and everything. Like once that chapter closes and I'm kind of onto the whole career side of things, I will finally have like time to focus on it, because I really enjoy it and I like it. But if it feels like a chore, then I just kind of
and that's
I don't care for it. So.
and that's why I've never been
it just feels
I've
hard.
never been like pushy for on you to go to the gym, to go work out, to set a goal or something like that. One, because I just know how busy you are, but also two, it's like I've seen relationships where one person is like that towards the other, whether it's the guy or the girl in the relationship, and it kind of just creates this animosity with each other, and I don't want that to happen. And to be honest, I could care less if you just wanted to go do yoga every day or if you just wanted to walk 2 miles every day. I'm the one who loves that stuff, and I would never put that on someone else or put the pressure on someone else to do it, because I know how extreme I am with that stuff.
Yeah, I get asked all the time if, like, oh, does that mean that you're gonna be doing like this and that? And I'm like, no.
But you have talked about, like you just said, when you're done with school, you want to get into it more. But what does that mean? Like what?
I want to start running more, because I agree, and it's like I feel like I was impressed with myself after like barely training for. Oh my gosh, I could have helped you. No, it's my eyeball. But I want to start running more because, or I was impressed with my time is what I was saying. I feel like from not really training too much. And so I think I want to get a little bit more competitive with it and try and just, run more and do more races and things.
What's the target? Like races as in like half marathons? Do you want to do a full marathon?
Start off with a couple half marathons. I do probably eventually want to do a full marathon.
Is that the cap?
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Is that the cap?
Probably not. I don't know. We'll see.
You would go further than a marathon?
If I really loved it and I really trained hard, we'll have to see.
It's hard for people who haven't done it yet. It's hard to say if you'll do more than that until you've done it, because that's kind of how it was for me. I did half marathons all the time, and then I did a full marathon. Then I was like, I'll do a 50K. Okay, I'll do a 50 miler. Okay, I'll do a 100K. Okay, let's try a 100 miler. And now going into 200 miler. So you never know until you actually do it. And maybe the day of, like this is how it's always been for me. The day that I finish the race, right when I get done, I'm like, I'm taking a long break. I'm not signing up for another race for a long time. But then 3 days later, you're signing up for another race. So who knows? That could happen.
Yeah, that's definitely.
But we'll see.
I signed up for another race.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I would love it, and I would support you.
I think it would be really
doing
cool.
It, but I wouldn't be bummed if you didn't want to do it.
No,
Because I feel like I'll do
I don't know. I
forever.
can tell you I'll never do 100.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
50.
Not everyone
wants
to do that. I understand that.
But yeah, just because I'm more like I'm okay doing like the smaller like little things. I feel like that's, and obviously like you would share, but I feel like that's kind of your domain. I love cheering you on. I love being a part of the. I'm not saying.
You know how fucking cool that would be though if me and you both did a 100-miler together. If you told me that you would want to do a 100-miler, I would train you up and I would stay right by your side during that whole race. I would never like race you in it. I would just jog with it. That would be sweet, wouldn't that be? It would be kind of cool if we did that.
It's very.
I don't know if that's realistic or not. Maybe like a marathon together.
Yeah.
Probably would be more realistic for us, but
in my wheelhouse.
Which is probably what will happen when you do sign up for one. I'll probably sign up and just run with you and pace you, and make sure you're on track for whatever your goal is. Or,
and now I'm losing my train of thought. I'm sorry.
We're just talking about running and goals. Yeah. You said you would never do 100. You'll probably do a marathon.
Yeah.
That's it.
I was gonna say something specific, but yeah, anyways, losing my train of thought. But yeah, I'll probably. I like being a part of the crew. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. Crewing. I got my first taste of it in Sonoma when we went. It got flooded out or rained out.
Yeah, supposed to be a 100-miler. Got cut off at the 50-mile mark because it was pouring down rain and flooded. There were some water crossings in the race that ended up being like chest height and fast moving water when normally it's like an ankle high creek. That's how much it was raining throughout that day. Yeah. So they definitely had to cancel it for sure. And I'm kind of glad they did because I was pretty miserable just being soaking wet. It wasn't freezing cold, but it was just annoying enough to be like in the mud, slippery. Yeah. Everything was soaking wet. I changed into dry clothes like twice, and 2 minutes later, you're instantly soaking wet. So it was just, I don't know. I'm glad we experienced it, but I don't know if I would ever go do that again.
Yeah. Your mom, Allie, and I, like, just gave up on putting our stuff in the dryer. We're like, whatever. Yeah. We're just going to walk back out there and get soaked. It, like, did not stop. Like, it didn't even stop for a second.
Yeah.
The rain.
It was insane.
But it was cool. Like, I just kind of took their lead. Like, they had it down.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, experience.
Because before you and I started dating and stuff, they had been to a couple of my races. 100%. And I still was relatively, like, just getting into it. Like, I haven't really, I would say now I'd probably put in 1 year total of, like, consistent, dedicated training to ultras. Before that, I was kind of just, like, in and out here and there. It's a cool thing to do. I just went and got it done. Like, my first 100-miler, I barely got it done.
Yeah.
But now I'm getting better. I'm focusing on it a lot more. I have bigger goals and trying to be competitive with it. So we'll see where that goes.
You're doing a great job. I mean, you impressed me. That's one thing I remember. Our friends, actually, the ones that we were talking about earlier, Savannah and Austin, they asked me in the beginning of us kind of like dating, and they were like, "What's like one of the things that you love the most about him?" And I was like, "His work ethic." Like, I'll never have to worry about you and your dating work ethic. Like, you work harder, truly, I'm not even just saying that, than anybody I know, you know. And it's always funny too, because a lot of people come up to you and they're like, "Dude, what's your plan? Like, can I get your gym routine or something?" And I'm like, you guys don't understand, because like, this is his lifestyle. He like truly loves it, and it consumes like a lot of your life. Not consumes, not in like a bad way, but that it's really your lifestyle. And this is something like, it's just a passion of yours. You do it all day, every day. It's like you're, you know.
I genuinely love this
and you're
shit.
Competitive.
And I train and treat it like I actually am a professional athlete, which some people could say is silence that. But damn it, Nick just tried calling me.
You can call him back.
No. He made me lose my train of thought. Anyways.
You were talking about how you did truly love it.
Yeah,
like
I truly
love
I
it.
genuinely love, I love this stuff. I would honestly say I like the training process and like the time from when I sign up for a race to getting to the start line of a race. I like everything in between that more than the actual race itself. I don't know what it is. I've just always been like that. I've loved working out. I've loved pushing myself, seeing how far I can push my body, and pushing it to its absolute limits, and just seeing how much you can improve. And just I don't know, like I would be I don't know how I would do if I didn't have like something on the calendar or goal that I was working towards. Like I can't just go through life just like showing up to the gym every day. Like I need something on the calendar that I'm shooting towards, that I'm going towards. And I don't think that I'll ever change. Like I think I'll do that till the day I die, even in other realms of my life. Like there's always got to be something that I'm chasing after, and you're like that in a lot of ways too.
Yeah, you've definitely taught me a lot and helped me. I think one thing that I have always been though too is like I've always been a dreamer. I've always been the one that I'm like, make unrealistic goals, like and even if I didn't say them out loud, because like there were times where I was a little insecure of certain things, you know, but I still was like, you know what, no, I'm gonna do it, like I just like I always had that thought in my brain. And I mean, I had dated someone in the past too that was, like, I'll cool if my kid wants to do this, sure, I'll let them try or whatever, but I always got to tell them, have a realistic goal or whatever. And I was like, I hate that. Like, I'll never tell my kids that. And I remember I told you that in Cancun. I think we had that conversation. I was like, yeah, because I mean, it's if you work really hard and you're so truly passionate about it, anything is possible. And that's how my parents, raised me to think. Because my dad was like, we'll support you in whatever you want to do. You just have to really want it, But yeah, I mean, you've taught me a lot about like goal setting and things like that too. Yeah.
Well, if you look at a lot of people that you admire, it's like they never had a plan B. It was like they decided, this is what I want to do. I don't care how long it takes me to get there. I don't know. I don't care how hard it's going to be. I don't care like what it does to me, how it changes me or whatnot. I just know I want to get from where I am now to this goal right here, and I'll do whatever I need to do to get there. And that's kind of what I would, when we have kids and stuff, I'm going to pass that down on them. That's kind of the mindset I have too on all these races. And I had that same mindset when I was trying to get hired at a fire department. Like I was working a miserable job, and I knew for a fact, I went on a couple ride-alongs. I was like, I know absolutely that this is what I want to do. And I said this in in a lot of my interviews, like, I know this is the job that I want to do. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get here. And I don't care how long it takes me. And if you guys want to give me that opportunity, then I would love that. But if not, I will probably be back here the next year and the next year and the next year until someone decides to give me that opportunity, because I knew that's what I wanted to do. Yeah. And that just bleeds out into every other aspect of 100%. My life. And you're the same way. It's like, you choose something that you want to do, and that's what you go towards. That's it. You don't do any of these little side quests or veer off course or whatnot. But,
yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
I always knew like God had something more like for me, because I was like I had that like feeling, and I was like, when you're like, I'm just not there yet. I'm not there yet. And like truly, I think we're both the type of people where it's like you're never going to be finished. Like once you hit a goal, you have another one. Yeah. You're always working at like 20 a time.
It's a blessing and a curse to be like that, because I think you should sit back and celebrate certain things and take some time to like reflect and enjoy things. But
I do think that you do that. Yeah. Or at least I try and help you do that if you don't, because you are very, very much the person where you're like, I'm not good enough. I'm not, or not
get
that.
done with
like,
something. Not, I'm like, all right, what's next?
Like
how
you're a
can I
very
be
confident
better
person.
That?
That's not what I'm saying. But you're like, I can do better. I can do better. And it's just that like competitive mentality, and it's not a bad thing. But I'm like, whoa. Like sometimes I'm like, hold up, like you are doing amazing. It's okay to have a little grace with yourself sometimes. You know, everyone really needs that. But
But yeah. Well, I have to pee really bad. We've been talking for
like 7 times
a little over an hour now. Well, thank you for coming on and talking to me.
I'll be here all week.
I love you.
Love you.
You're hot. You're gorgeous. And we'll have to do this again sometime.
Oh yeah.